We cannot be friends in groups of 3.
Triplets.
We cannot. 3 is not, it doesn't work with us. It just doesn't. You gotta dump one. Or make a new
Say
friend.
goodbye. Pick one. Welcome to Wine About It.
Hi. You seem tired.
I am tired. I'm very stressed. I have a lot to do. I gotta go tomorrow. I gotta go to the bug conference.
Oh, I forget. You've
it's
been a
really big
traveling
time.
lady.
I know, it's too much. I don't like it.
All you do is
traveling.
go. You're like my goddamn boyfriend. He just goes everywhere.
Oh.
He's in France right now.
Yeah, that sounds like him. I still have to pack. And I'm gonna be at the bug conference for like a week. It's really long. Also, I'm scared I'm gonna walk in there and they're all gonna know I'm a fraud. They're all gonna know I'm not actually an entomologist. And I just like bugs. And I've only liked them for a couple years. And they're gonna be like, oh my god, she's so fake, I can tell.
Me at the Taylor Swift concert when nobody knows Mary's song.
Great. So people are gonna think that. They are gonna notice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
No.
You know what I did today?
What?
Played pickleball.
Okay. Where? With whomst?
With Russell at a pickleball court. It was actually really fun. Yeah, that's how I feel. No, pickleball is good. It's like tennis. If you're not athletic.
Did you do it on stream?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I kick butt.
Okay.
What did you do today?
Dude, I've been working late because I'm a streamer.
Because she's a streamer. In a Discord server.
You can call me Kitten in your Discord server.
Don't call her that. She doesn't want you to call her that.
I'll call you Kitten. I'll call you Kitten.
Ew. No, she won't.
I won't.
What have you been working on?
Dude, I've got so much going on. Here's the update in the life of Cutie Cinderella that you've all been asking and demanding for. Number 1, I have a cat named Durs who's sitting next to me now. Audio listeners, you can't see him, so you're not missing out. But he is licking his coochie.
Okay. Ew. Right. Durs is female. Did you guys know that?
Yep. There's a girl. Pretty girl. But I woke up and I went to work.
No.
I have a lot changing here over at Cutie & Company, Cutie & Co. Taylor, the beloved Taylor, who's worked with me and for me or around me for like 13 years at this point. Like we worked together in high school. Like it's been a whirlwind. We've had some separations when I've done some other things, but she's been with me for years, but she's no longer with me.
No.
I know. So it's been a crazy change. She decided, I asked her if she wanted to move from Washington to come to LA because I need someone here. She decided to stay in Washington. I don't blame her at all. I also wish I stayed there. So I get it. But she decided to stay there. She's been applying at jobs. I was on the phone with her today hearing about an interview process she's going through. Can you believe this? 4 interviews. They haven't even told her a salary. Like she doesn't even know what she's getting herself into.
Been in the job market. Is that abnormal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Usually it's like 2 interviews. One with the hiring manager and then one with like a higher up. She's
had 4 interviews with one company.
Yes.
I thought you meant she's done 4 separate interviews and none of them have told her what the salary might be.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And she had to do
Why is she still doing the interviews?
Because hopefully
hell no.
it works out. Yeah, she had to do a whole presentation. She worked the whole weekend working on this presentation. Beautiful presentation, by the way. Because she's trying to get into like marketing, which I think she'd be great for because she is like the aesthetic of the person that invented fashion, Anna Wintour. Taylor's got great aesthetic.
She does.
And so like this gorgeous presentation, all this stuff, but she worked all weekend on it. And then the interview process is like 2 hours long where she presents it. And then after that was the third interview, by the way. They were like, oh, we want to do a 4th interview. And she's like, and so I was talking to her today. I was like, well, what's the salary? What's the benefit? She's like, I don't know yet.
I hope it's worth.
I
don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could keep putting in the I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how these things work, but that seems crazy.
I hope it's worth. It better be worth. But
Yeah,
it
that's a
is a
lot.
little intense for a
Yeah.
job interview. But anyway, I've been trying to help her find something, and she'll still do great. Like, we're still friends. We've known each other forever. Um, but yeah, she just decided not to move here. So it's been a process because I gave her a few months to decide, and then I didn't hire anyone in the interim. So that's why I've been like really slow. I think I've been like telling my stream and stuff like, hey, events are coming. There's some behind the scenes stuff because I didn't want to say anything before she decided. But she did decide to stay there. And so she's got a few more weeks with me but they're more just like, she's not doing any work for me. I'm just telling her spend this time to find another job while, finding some stability and stuff like that. So more like I'm just giving her some paid time to find her next thing, which I think is appropriate. But then I've hired Sam Temple, and we can say this now because H3 Podcast announced it today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sam's gonna work for me, and she's very talented.
That's crazy. I saw that it came up on my TikTok For You page.
What?
Yeah, that's why I sent it today.
Oh,
to
you did?
guys.
Wait, I want to see it. I haven't seen
Yes.
it. Can we watch?
We can watch it. Yeah, we can
Drama.
watch it. It literally came up on my For You page, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know what she looked like either.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was drama. It is drama.
Is it?
Not really.
Drama. I've hired someone.
Yeah. No, it was really nice. She made like a nice announcement that she was leaving, and she said that she was coming to work for you, and that she was excited about it, and she likes cooking and crafting. Do we have like a watch party or something?
It's
so we
cool
can watch
because
that clip?
I'm not paying her. She's doing it all for free. Just kidding.
That's crazy.
I'm joking. I'm yoking with y'all.
What is your plan with Sam? She said she's going to be a producer.
Yes. She is my main. She's going to be a creative producer, which is essentially what Taylor was. So she's just my event planner, pretty much.
Nice.
So, because if you guys don't know, there's a lot of pieces that go into events. So today, for example, she came over after the podcast because I have to have her start on this event that's happening on the 3rd, which I'll leak here. I haven't made any promo for it. Also, I have such a headache. I need to. But yeah, so this morning, and with Taylor leaving, I've had to restructure Nora's job a little bit. So this is like, I don't know if you guys are at all interested in this. Maybe this is like boring behind the scenes stuff, but
Nora is Cutie's assistant.
Nora's my assistant, but she's taking on some of Taylor's old stuff, just like random things. But we had to restructure a little bit. And so.
Okay, so Nora is shifting?
Yeah. Well, she's essentially the same job. She's just taking on some of Taylor's old like PA responsibilities. So I woke up this morning, had Nora and I probably had like a 2, maybe 3 hours worth of meetings just to clean stuff up and reorganize and yada yada yada. And then Sam came over. I unloaded her all of the work that I've done for an event on August 3rd. I'm doing an IRL Overcooked event.
She is diving right in.
Yeah.
Nice. Overcooked, the game that is designed to induce stress, will be her first IRL event. That's great.
It's gonna be cool. So essentially, for people that don't know, maybe this will be fun behind the scenes. Oh, here we go. Wait, let's watch it.
The announcement. He looks devastated.
How many views does this have? Is this is Sam bringing me viewership? Thanks, Sam.
This is gonna be a hard tone. I'm trying to make
an important announcement.
How do I do this?
They use a lot of sound bites on H3
They
podcast.
do. It confuses me.
Me too, because I'm like, who's talking?
Say it. You want to say it, Sam, or should I say it?
It has like 8,000 likes right now.
It's fine.
But it was 3 hours ago.
I'm gonna say it.
I can't say it.
We need more fart noises.
Go ahead, you do it.
I can. Unfortunately, I will be leaving
She's so pretty.
podcast.
Look at that hair.
I'm really
Yeah, her hair
sad
does look
about
good.
it. I got another opportunity that I really want to explore, and I'm really excited about it, just to kind of expand on what I've been doing. And yeah, I'm really sad. I'm really thankful for everyone here, and I love it here. And it's gonna be really hard. Today's not my last day. It will be the 31st.
I didn't want to do that again. Where it was like, oh yeah, by the way, Sam's leaving and this is their last episode. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, no.
It's like too
dramatic.
It's too dramatic, yeah.
Too dramatic.
Well, what is it? What are you doing?
So
We don't know.
I have taken a producer role with Cutie Cinderella, and I'm really excited about it. And I think it's going to be fun. Ethan, everyone here has been so supportive, and that's been really, really nice and really helpful. But yeah, I'm sad.
We're sad.
She'll be fine. She'll be fine.
Cutie Cinderella has
She'll be
taken
okay.
everything from me. First, she came for my sponsors.
I did do that
Lost all of them.
intentionally.
Now she's coming for my employees.
I don't know what that's
Absolutely
referencing.
despises
You can
me,
pause
clearly.
it. It's because he laughed at the AI porn and then he lost a bunch of sponsors.
Oh, so it wasn't
But
you.
he wasn't laughing at me. He was laughing at a sound bit. For the record, like, it's fine. It's just, but it's funny that he.
I didn't know he lost
said that.
sponsors because of that. Interesting.
But then he's saying that because Sam, one of mine and Sam's first reactions was her like bringing that up and was like, "Hey, like, I'm sorry you went through that." So it's funny the domino effect, but.
Yeah.
No, he's been very supportive. I mean, I think in this industry, sometimes there's a lot of animosity between like even just editors. Like sometimes
true.
people are
Yeah.
shady and they'll like yoink an editor and not have a convo. Like I think it's really important. And I didn't do this, I'm realizing now. Maybe I should have given Ethan a heads up. That's so funny.
Oh my god, drama.
Drama. Normally I do that. Like everybody,
That's
like,
funny.
even like Nico obviously works on this podcast and does a lot of stuff for me. But before I ever worked with Nico, I said to Leslie, because he works with Leslie, I said, Leslie, is it okay if I reach out to this person to ask him if he can do X, Y, and Z? And she was like, oh, absolutely. And that's actually turned into a really great like partnership between Leslie and I that hopefully keeps Nico happy and sustained and everything. But who knows? He hasn't complained otherwise. So maybe he'll let me know now. But so like even a lot of my editors, you know, usually most of my editors reach out to me, but I just had a thumbnail person that like works with Jody. And so I asked Jody if it was okay and like just stuff like that. So it's usually you like ask people first. I realized I didn't do that with Ethan, but it was mostly because I think Sam was having that conversation that I forgot. Okay, Nico said he's putting in his 2 weeks. So
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
for
running. He said people run.
but sometimes you get like really weird situations where people like get mad or something like that. And so Ethan's been incredibly supportive. So I'm very happy. And maybe this will be, maybe we can with Sam, we can come up with some cool way to collaborate with them. Like, I don't know, but yeah, should be cool. But Overcooked is going to be so cool. Also,
Yeah.
maybe we make this a Patreon episode. Who knows? We'll see. Because I'm just like unloading. It can be YouTube. YouTube, you can hear this. We'll see what happens.
It's coming up. You should start You should start.
I mean, it's cool because
advertising it.
I just sat down for the last 3 hours, literally talking to Sam about it. So how events work, because I think a lot of people ask me this all the time, is they'll be like, I have a concept. I have a lot of the pieces, but I need someone to glue all those pieces so I can do my normal job of pushing the go live button. Because sadly, events don't make money. So in order to pay for events, I need to push that go live button and play freaking video games, right? And so by having somebody who can glue all my pieces together, then I can push that go live button. And even better when I have a creative person like Sam, like I'm sitting here giving her all my ideas and she's like, oh, what if we do this? And I'm like, oh, great. You know, so having someone with that extra bouncing board is really helpful too.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like people are interested in stuff like this. The pieces being what? Like booking your venue, like getting security, like getting you source your guests.
I give her the whole list of all the graphics I need, and then she'll find the inspo and she'll contact my graphic designer and get them all made and something she's doing. So like I used to be really hands-on. I used to do all this stuff myself, which took me hours. So if you watch the first streamer awards, like I didn't stream for like a month prior because I was just like hand making stuff and doing all like I was just exhausted. But okay. I'm going to walk you through Overcooked and see if you understand it because I just spent so much time on it.
I know how to. I actually recently played Overcooked, so I think
Okay,
I'm going to be
huge.
in there.
Okay. So
I never got 3 stars.
Oh. Well, it's okay.
But I
So
did play it.
essentially, there'll be 5 people playing.
I think you gave me your headache.
No, is it? Maybe I'm just talking.
we both have headaches. It's contagious through the headsets.
Well, drama.
It's okay. It's nice. Continue.
It makes me feel something. So the event will essentially we'll have 5 people. So we'll have 5 job roles. 1 person taking orders, 1 person like cooking, 1 person on prep, 1 person on assembly, and 1 person cashier. I can't decide if that's too many people.
How big is the venue? Kitchen.
So it's pretty big. Like it can definitely fit 5 people. And we're going to have like 50 guests per hour coming through.
Wait,
and there's going to be
real people?
Yeah.
What, like viewers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
What?
That's horrifying. What?
No, it's going to be cool.
What if they serve them like undercooked food and they get sick?
Well, have that covered. We're using Impossible burgers, so then you can't.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't get sick because it's not meat, and it's like quite literally, it doesn't have to be cooked all the way through. Number 2, everyone will have their food handler's permit. Number 3, everybody will sign a liability waiver.
Okay. All the viewers coming in. Okay.
We are covered on all fronts. Also, definitely the food is optional. Obviously, like
right.
You don't have to actually eat it if you don't want to. So if you feel like queasy at all, just don't. But essentially, a viewer will buy a ticket. So you show up. We'll have 50 tickets sold for arrival 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, whatever. You buy your ticket. With your ticket is your burger. So you show up, you get checked in, you get your fake money. So this is my money.
Yeah.
$20. You go to, let's say, Ludwig. Ludwig is taking orders. And you say, I want cheeseburger. Thank you. And so the option, let's say, is like cheeseburger or hot dog, So they say cheeseburger, they get handed this big picture to hold.
Okay, keep going.
So they get handed this big picture to hold with a timer on it.
Oh, on everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Can they customize their burger?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No.
I was like, they're so done for. Okay.
No, we'll have condiments. Like they can select their own condiments at the end, like they can grab packets of ketchup or whatever. But it's just like you either get cheeseburger or plain burger or like, with all the fixins or no fixins, essentially.
Okay.
And then if you get your order in 5 minutes, congratulations. You go and give your cashier your $20. Dunzo, your fake $20. And then that adds to our store's total. Oh, we made $20 for the day. If your timer runs out and you're a dead order, you're a customer that left,
somebody dies.
We have to give you $20.
From whose $20?
Mine.
No.
I know.
No.
I know.
Okay.
So you win $20 back, and then you just get back in line and you do it again. So eventually you get your burger anyway, but you get a refund if your time ran out.
So you're prepared to lose $1,000?
I'm prepared to lose a lot of money. Yeah.
In cash.
Yeah.
Do you know who your cooks are? Or is that too much of a leak?
I have Ludwig and Slime locked in already, and I'm deciding on my last 2. / I'm touring the venue this week, so that's when I'll decide if I'm going to do 4 or 5 total.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Nightmare. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's going to be so fun, but then it gets harder progressively. So like, hour 1 is day 1. We go to 4 days, so 4 hours total. But like by day 4, the tickets will be a little more expensive because you get a dessert too. So you get a cookie or a brownie, which means
how
then
many
you
days?
Get to choose. Well, it's just each hour is treated like a day. So it's just one stream, but like from 4 to 5, that's day 1, and then we just see like how much money we lose or how, like it should be chaotic and fun and stupid and whatever. So
that is crazy.
And every person, we have stream backpacks. So every person can stream their POV.
Oh, so it'll be 4 streams or 5 streams.
Yeah.
Wow. And then you'll have a stream that's like...
Well, mine will be one of the 5 streams, but I'll have like my cameraman. Like I'll be chaotic. Like I will leave my station.
Yeah.
To be chaotic.
Oh, you're in it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I thought you were just hosting. Okay, that's good.
No, I thought about just hosting, but then I'm like, I think it's kind of boring if I just host.
That's so cute. So 50 people, 50 viewers?
50 viewers each hour, so 200 total.
Are you going to get 200 people there?
I think so.
Oh my god.
We'll see.
That is crazy.
We'll see.
That's crazy. Oh my god. Wow. How does Sam feel? Is she ready?
Well, that was the thing. So I unloaded everything on Sam. I'm like, I need these burger things made. I need this made. And she was like, she's
like, got it.
Prepped and ready. Yeah, she got it. And yeah, it felt like I didn't have to skip a beat. Like I didn't have to train anyone. Like it literally just felt like I was talking to Taylor. So
guys, can you imagine that being your first day at work? It's not her first day at work, but like, can you imagine that's crazy. I'm excited for her. I hope she kills it.
I think she'll kill it.
I would cry personally.
She's very crafty, so it's like, you know, she's pumped, and she had some really good ideas, which was really cool. And she knows streaming, so that's an upper hand she has even on Taylor because she like gets it. But it's so exciting, and so I'm jumping back into it. So we're gonna have like within the next 2 months, IRL Overcooked, summer concert, Beyblade, shit camp, and
I didn't know you were doing shit camp again.
I'm just gonna do a 24-hour camping stream with a bunch of people.
Cute.
And have like different things that chat will be able to like unlock things for us. Like they can choose if we get a tent or a fire starter or whatever, you know.
Okay.
And we'll have activities. It'll be 24 hours scheduled. And but shit camp, summer concert, Beyblade, and then Overcooked. And then in October we've got Murder Mystery coming back and should be good. Everything's back in the flow. And live Wine About It. We have Wine About It live.
Yeah.
Also
in September. And then December we got Streamer Awards. Master Baker is also in October. Bitch, I'm back. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you feel good about it. I would be crying.
No, I feel
great.
I feel incredibly dissociated, but that's not from this.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay.
We'll see.
Wow. That's very exciting.
I just feel good to feel productive again.
Yeah.
Because it's been a big limbo, and it's good to get Sam started on stuff. And
I don't have events like you, so I don't have anything to announce. My stream's kind of it's all the same, you know?
Yeah.
Same stuff going on. Just got the animals. Got my stream.
I've got the table.
Oh, yeah, TwitchCon.
Yeah. Well, no, it starts on Wednesday.
Oh. I thought it was only at TwitchCon.
No.
What is it on Wednesday?
It is me, Valkyrie, Tina Kitten, Myung, and Leslie.
Okay, what's the theme?
The theme is childhood.
So anything.
Yeah. So anything that like gives you that Ratatouille moment. Everything's supposed to give you a Ratatouille moment. Like even on our episode that Maya's on is at TwitchCon. In the episode, the theme is like indulgence, like dessert or whatever.
I feel bad because I put in my thing. But I don't have like a super sentiment. I didn't know what to say because it is like a family thing, but there's no like, oh, this was like the last meal my brother made before he went to college and he gave a speech. Like there's no
like you have like an idea of like a story.
I don't have pictures.
Do you have like, is it like your mom's recipe or something?
No.
What is it?
It's just crepes. It was from, I mean, there was a recipe from a cookbook. Yeah. But there's like not much more there. It was just like if we all had breakfast together, it was that.
Yeah, but do you have like a picture of like you and your family? That could be cute.
I have pictures, not with crepes.
That's fine.
Okay.
Like I just have pictures. Like for this one, the recipe that I submitted for Wednesday is going to be like, it's like this food my dad used to make after they got divorced because he didn't know how to cook, right?
See, and that's like so. Okay, maybe I need to think of something better. I already submitted the Google form. There's so much more there than what I have. Well, I can't think of anything else. So this is why I couldn't do what you do. Okay. I am stressed and I'm just on one of the shows in September.
But then I posted a bunch of pictures of me and my dad. Like I have like 3 different pictures. Him and my brothers when they're babies, because I don't have a picture with him when I'm a baby. And then me and him like at a sporting event, and then me and him like when I'm a 8-year-old. Like
Cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so it doesn't like, so if crepes are a thing your family makes, then you just like have a picture of you and your family and maybe growing up and just like something to like, reference. It's kind of fun.
okay, I'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It'll be great. But if anyone doesn't know what that show is, I'm not trying to plug. I'm just like, this is my life right now. It is, that's what it is. It's a bunch of women getting together and we're talking over food about stuff. Like it's just, but food is like, because all of my favorite memories have been in the kitchen. They just have been. I've said this for years. Like I grew up in a kitchen pretty much. That's where my mom was. That's where I was. And so I learned to cook when I was 7, probably. I was making Hamburger Helper and, we're always in charge of browning the meat or whatever. And so I learned to cook at a very young age. And I think my best memories are in the kitchen. So if we can talk about stories that bring everyone together, then that's kind of my whole thing. So that's kind of what the show's about.
Everybody brings like a meal with some kind of significance, and then somebody makes the meals, and then they all sit together and they eat them and they chat.
It should be fun.
It's cute. It's wholesome. Very wholesome.
Also, sorry, I've had I haven't had coffee for a week, and then I had coffee today and I can just like feel it. That's why I'm like very fast talky. I'm sure a few people are gonna be like, Cutie's manic. I'm not.
I hate coffee buzz in my stomach when I haven't had caffeine. But now I drink a Dr. Pepper every day, and I feel like I microdose on caffeine that way. I don't even know if that's microdosing, but it's definitely less than coffee, I think.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just guessed too, but
we did a Google form today.
Yeah.
We did a Google form because past couple weeks we've been a bit of a drama pod. We've been talking about some celebrity drama. And so this week we wanted to, yeah, me neither. And this week we want to bring it back to your drama.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, we still love drama.
Yeah. So we put out a Google form that is craziest roommate drama and secrets. I, not that long ago, talked about how I watched, what was it called? The Netflix show about like
how to murder your roommate or whatever.
It was like, it was just like a
roommate
show. Worst roommate, something like that. And it was just about like all these roommates that ended up being like serial killers, and then they found out some way. I don't think any of these stories are going to be like that. I certainly don't have any stories. That would be crazy. I don't have any stories like that. I don't really have any crazy roommate stories. I feel like they've all been pretty chill and normal. Some have not worked out, but not for any crazy reason.
I have some fun ones.
You have said a couple. Yeah, you do have some interesting ones.
I also think this is kind of fun because a lot of, I assume some, we don't have that old of an audience. Some of our viewers are probably going to college this fall, and you're going to live with someone for the first time ever.
Yeah.
How do you, this is a question, because you've probably, well, I don't know. I don't know if you've lived with more people than me. Most of the people I've lived with are significant others, so it's like easier. But like milk and cheese always seem to be an issue.
I've never, ever had an issue with food and roommates.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because I've never noticed or they've never been a problem. Never had it.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, because I think that's a common one. But yeah. No.
Food is a common one. Here's some fun stories. So I think we talked about, did we talk about this recently? I think it might have been on a Patreon episode about my stepbrother.
Yes.
Yeah. It was on Patreon, right?
I have no idea. I do not remember. You can TLDR it.
Was, so I'll share it with YouTube. But TLDR is, I lived with my stepbrother, and we were like new to knowing each other, kind of like we were friends, whatever, growing up, but like he lived in different states, so they'd only come for like the summer or Christmas and stuff like that. But I had a boyfriend that we lived together and we shared this apartment, 2-bedroom. I had a boyfriend that I lived with or no, that I didn't live with. So I had a boyfriend. My brain is scattered because I was just working. I had a boyfriend that would come over a few nights a week, right? And my stepbrother was on Grinder, and he had a new boy over every single week. Like he was arriving. We're both 18, like maybe 19. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But then at one point he's like, "Hey, your boyfriend needs to start paying a third of the rent because he's over so often." And I'm like, "He's over maybe twice, maybe 3 times a week. Like if we're going to start doing that, then we need to charge an admittance fee for all your Grinder boys because like that's not fair." And we ended up getting like this big fight because he was just being crazy about it. And it did not work out well. So
is that
always
the
fun.
craziest one that you've had?
Well, it ended really crazy because he like packed up and moved out and like stole my stuff.
Yeah.
Like he stole my Xbox and he just like packed up our living room and like
really messed up.
Our shared furniture.
Should not have done that.
Yeah, he should not have done that. It was crazy.
I had nothing crazy happened. Oh.
Did I tell you that the police were called? So I must have left this part out. So he packed everything up and so it's empty, right? It's all in a moving truck and I get home and I'm like, what the frig? Trenton is his name. Like, what the frick, Trent? And he's like, yeah, well, it's mine now. And I'm like, not cool. Like, that's my Xbox. That's my copy of The Sims. Like, what the heck? And he's like, well, it's in the truck. What can you do? And so then I call the police, right? I'm like, he's stealing my stuff. So I call the police. They show up. They're like, well, where are your receipts?
That's, you know what? It's kind of fair. What are you going to do if you're the police, you know?
Yeah. And so I'm like, just a baby. I'm like, what the heck? Like, what do you mean? Like, I can just like take stuff. And before the police got there, I picked up his mail. I picked up my stepbrother's mail and I just started ripping it into pieces, just being a petty little brat. I was like, no, like, oh, this is mine now. This is mine now. Cause it was the only thing that was his inside the house was just a pile of mail.
Oh my God.
So the police come in.
You were crazy.
I did go, I was so, he stole all of my stuff. And like, I am making $10 an hour at the time, like nothing, you know, like, and that's everything. It took everything. So I'm like, this is the only thing he had that was in the house was this pile of mail. So I rip up. The police come in. They're like, oh, so you don't have a receipt for any of this stuff? I'm like, no. And then he goes, well, she tore up my mail. And I'm like, so? And then inside the mail was his permit. I didn't know that. Was his driving permit. And that's like a legal document and a problem to rip up. And so he like brings it up to police and the police go, did you rip that up? I go, yeah. And they like, literally the police officer went like, oh, like sad that like I admitted it. Cause he's like, that's destruction of personal property. And I'm like, what? So he reverse card and I got like fined for it.
That sucks,
Isn't that
dude.
crazy?
That sucks.
So when I say crazy, I mean like that.
Was that the last time you guys talked? Or are you in good terms now?
We're on fine terms now.
Oh,
we didn't talk for years after that, like years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've only lived with a man that I wasn't dating once. And nothing bad happened. I just can't believe that I did. I lived in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house and found him. It was in college. Found him on like the Facebook group for like looking for a roommate, whatever. Never met him, didn't know anything about him. Looked through his Facebook page once. He came over and met me one time. And then I was like, sure, yeah, you can live here. And then we shared a bathroom and like bedrooms that didn't have locks. I don't know what kind of person I was at that time, but can you imagine me doing that now? What the hell?
Crazy.
I guess it's different when you're in college and like they're all college students. Maybe that's why it felt safe. But I just think that's nuts that I did that. But nothing bad happened. He was fine. My dog did bite him.
Oh.
But otherwise it was fine.
Yeah, you would never do that now.
Oh my God, never. Never.
No.
Because I watched that show. And because I'm way more afraid of men now than I used to be. Yeah, I don't have any other roommate drama, honestly. All my roommates have been fine. I don't think that I'm the best roommate. Yeah.
I kind of have, it's not drama, but I had a hard time when I lived with all the boys, the yard boys. Because, and this isn't private by any means, so I feel fine saying it. But because essentially like I got like kind of thrown into it, right? And I just want to live with my boyfriend, right? But my boyfriend wants to live with his friends and me, and he gets the best of both worlds, which how I agreed to that, I don't know to this day. Go him. But imagine being the only girl in the house of 6 boys, you know, like that's crazy.
You're the only girl in the house, and everybody else in the house are the members of the yard.
Yeah.
So funny.
So that is some girl that is listening right now. That is her dream. Which, for the record, I've never lived with funnier people.
Oh, for sure.
So funny, but also like I'm an insane person. And so the drama is probably them having to deal with me because like they are smashers. So like something they love doing is just inviting people over, and like people can sleep on the couch, people can sleep on the floor, people can sleep whatever. I was raised Mormon. I was raised like you give them your own bed. Like you make sure the guest room is stocked. You make sure like I am the housewife, right? Like I'm the host. And so they'd invite people over and I'd get like so uncomfortable because it'd just be too many people. And like I remember one time in particular, we didn't have enough beds. And so they wanted someone to sleep on like the couch in the living room. But the problem is in the morning I have to let Swift out. And so I was like, hey, I'm not super comfortable with that because I'm going to wake that person up. Like me, who doesn't know this person, I'm going to wake them up every morning when I have to let Swift out. Also like I'm in my pajamas, like I'm going to have to like change and stuff because I don't know these people. And also they're going to be uncomfortable. And like, also if we want to use that space at night, like we won't know when to leave because they need to sleep. And it's just a whole dynamic that I didn't want. And I got so stressed. And so I was probably the worst roommate in the whole world for them to live with. Cause I just like, they went from having like boy standards to like the craziest girl standards.
You guys do want different things for sure. Yeah. Out of the home you occupy.
I'm sure they hated me, and I wouldn't blame them. I couldn't.
I think it was not a good match. I think it's fair on both sides.
Yeah. But luckily,
to want different things.
I mean, I really like them. I don't think.
Yeah, they're all right.
I like them.
I don't mind. I
like
Aiden.
Them, man.
I think he's okay.
You don't mind Aiden?
Yeah, I think he's all right.
That's funny.
Okay. I like Aiden. Yeah, and then I guess I lived in a streamer house for 2 years, and that's like
that sounds awful.
Just insanely abnormal, and it's not. How to even describe living in a streamer house? They're not streamers like streamers have so much money, right? And they get these mansions, but they don't care to make things a home at all.
No.
So like they'll have these mansions and they're just boxes everywhere, like just boxes that they haven't unpacked that they don't care to unpack, and there's nothing on the walls. There's like just enough furniture to like sit in front of the TV, but it's not like nice couches. It's like sometimes lawn chairs, like mattress on the floor kind of vibes. Like they just mansions, but nothing in them. It's very strange. I don't get it. So there was a lot of me trying to like make the house a home so that I didn't feel like I was actually like in a ward. And then the other thing about streamers is I don't want to say, because I am a streamer, so I guess I'm in this category. I don't want to say that they're like underdeveloped, but they're not adults in the way you would expect adults their age to be, And that's not always a bad thing.
Their priorities are different.
But they're not like cooking for themselves and then doing the dishes and like taking the dog for a walk and like making dentist appointments and like doing normal adult things. They don't do that. They go live, they order food, and they go to sleep. So it's just a very weird environment to live in. Also, most of them are nocturnal. Yeah. Which is very strange to live with. But not my favorite place I've ever lived.
Yeah.
If that's not abundantly clear.
I think that's fair. Luckily for me, like I like to call it Neverland because it was, Peter Pan and the Lost Boys. Yeah. And I was like Wendy, like being like, hey.
Yeah.
Come grow up. over here, which sounds really mean, but like that's what I was like. I walk into Lost Boy territory and they got their underwear in their heads, and I'm like, oh my, like,
Yeah.
which is totally
I'm-
fine because they were having so much fun. But at least it wasn't a streamer house because that sounds like hell.
I think for Yard Boys, I would not. Okay, what you said about their priorities being different is valid. Like, they're not doing a lot of the stuff that I would expect. I don't know. I don't know the Yard Boys that well. There are some streamers I stand by are just straight up underdeveloped and like don't know how to like take care of themselves
Yard
and live
Boys
their
were
lives.
very
But the Yard
developed.
Boys are not like that.
Yeah, they're not
They
like
just
that.
like choose to have a lifestyle that's like fun and fresh and
they
funky.
they do, and
Yeah.
like silly things like, okay, this is a fun one. I'll save this for the Patreon. I'll talk about this one. A juicy one that I've never talked about. Patreon. That was literally drama when we lived together. So
that's funny. Okay.
Yeah, I'll save it for Patreon. But let's get some of your guys's because we asked in on our Instagram account and our Twitter. Not our Discord. Sorry, Discord.
You know how I was saying that I watched that show where the roommates end up being serial killers and then they find out, and I was like, hopefully there's nothing like that. There is one like that.
Where?
This is like actual true crime. It's from Instagram.
What?
Shall I read?
Oh my gosh, yes, let's do it.
All right. Okay. Basically, this was a submission from Instagram. Here we go. Basically, my sister and I lived in a house with 3 other roommates at the time, and one of her friends who had a young child kept asking my sister to move in with us as it might be a good idea since she'd take up 2 bedrooms and less people would be living there.
That's kind of nice. I could get behind that. Except for living with a child. That sounds awful.
Ooh, yeah. Which eventually we agreed upon after one person left us with a crazy flea infestation, but that's another story. Jeez. She finally moves in. Everything seems to be going pretty smoothly, besides the fact that she keeps inviting her boyfriend over when my sister and her agreed that he couldn't come into the house because of their toxic behavior in the relationship, and I was always able to see who's coming in and out of our house because we had cameras on both entrances. That's kind of crazy to get to the point where you're like, your boyfriend cannot enter this house because you guys are toxic. Like, some shit must have gone down.
Yeah.
For that conversation to be had. Well, one random day in spring, I was at a concert with my friend when my sister texted me a very weird message asking me where I was and that something happened to the baby and to not come home.
Huh?
My sister texted me a weird message asking where I was, said something happened to the baby and to not come home. So I instantly checked the cameras to see if anything was going down, only to see caution tape in front of the front door. And eventually I was told that the baby had passed away that night, so I went to my boyfriend's house to spend the night there. I did not have a good feeling about the whole situation, obviously because of the child who passed away, but also because I knew the kid was healthy. I spent a lot of time at home and I always saw that kid. There was nothing wrong with him. And the next day, the mother goes to the beach for the day and gets day drunk at a beach bar and continues to act as a victim online, starting a GoFundMe and such.
Oh.
The next night, she was joking, saying she was going to commit suicide. Okay, funny. To which another friend calls the police to obviously check in on her, only for her to jump out of my 1-story house's window and run and hide in a nearby bush. All while I'm locking my room, shaking because police are wandering around my house looking for her. She finally shows up and begs them to not 5150 her, which of course they do.
Yeah.
That's a involuntary psychiatric hold. It's silent for the next few days when she's in the hospital, and eventually my sister gets told by the toxic boyfriend that the mother confessed to murdering her child in our home, which he recorded on his phone, which leads to us talking to detectives for the next few months for them to properly arrest her for the murder of her child. And of course they couldn't use the recording of the confession because she was not aware that she was being recorded, but
That's
basically
insane.
Yeah, this is insane. But basically she was saying she did it for them, which then led everyone on Facebook turning on her and saying they knew she did it even though they didn't, and that drama was always her favorite class in high school, which I thought was such a funny and stupid thing to say.
You're telling goddamn me that if it's on recording, but
it depends on the state. Yeah. There's like recording like consent laws. But in Texas, it's a one-party consent system, and you, the recorder, can be the party that consents to recording, which is stupid, but very Texas.
But if
I don't think it's like that
in a
California.
non-consensual recording that they murdered someone, you can't use that as evidence.
I don't know. I feel like criminally, yes.
That feels like a broken
But
system.
maybe, wait, actually, no. Is that one of those things that would just be like not admissible in court? Because, or
Kamala, Pamela Harris, or Donald Trumperson Biden, you've got to change this rule.
those guys
That's
are crazy.
That's
Change them.
crazy.
We are
You gotta
spreading so
change
much
this.
misinformation right now. We don't know what we're talking about.
I never know what we're talking about.
Well, I don't know. I feel very confused. I wish we had someone that knew what was going on right now that could answer this question. Because that seems crazy. That seems like something you could pull up in court. But maybe it literally is something where it's like you can't get evidence by like breaking into their house, right? That's why you need a warrant kind of thing.
This is how
like if
Casey
you go into their
Anthony
house,
got away with it.
I don't know, if you go into their house and you find a murder weapon with like blood all over it, but you don't have a warrant, like you can't use it in court. So maybe it's something like that, yeah.
We gotta change the legal system. Yet there's like that person's not in jail, but someone selling weed on the corner is in jail. That's crazy.
That is so based. You're so right.
I can't wait to be president with me and Mr. Beast.
Big news, everybody. Cutie is running for president.
Vice with Mr.
Oh.
Beast.
Oh.
I
okay.
don't want to be like the main president. It sounds a little stressful.
Too much pressure.
Everyone ends up with a bunch of wrinkles. I bet you can't wear fancy underwear.
Everybody wants to kill you. Wait, why?
Everyone wants to kill you. Because I couldn't imagine. Sorry, Camilla. I'm going to talk about your underwear for a second. But as a girly, do you think Camilla's like wearing like the cutest undies under her clothes? I don't think I could take myself seriously. Sometimes I'll wear like a frilly underwear and I'll be like, I'm so cute. And then I'm like, no way could I couldn't be the president wearing this right now.
I never ever think about the kind of underwear I'm wearing.
Cool.
And how it makes me feel. That's funny.
This is a single
I just forget.
voter issue, I suppose, is what kind of underwear is my president wearing?
I don't remember. I'm surprised you remember.
Me?
I
right
could
now,
not tell you the
no
color of my
underwear.
underwear. What color is my underwear? I couldn't
Black.
tell you.
I could tell you. No, it's blue. You're giving me blue today.
Okay.
Like a dusty gray blue, like a gray blue. Will you
I
check?
don't think I have. No.
Come on. Now I need to
I am
know.
not confirming or denying the color of my underwear to the public.
You're pissing me off. Will you text me at least so I know if I'm right or wrong? Wait, my phone's dead.
Fucking God. Okay. Do you want me to read another one? Do you want to read the next one?
No, I want to fix the judicial system.
Okay, that's a big task, and we can continue to work on it for sure. I'm down.
Okay, I'll read the next one. I'm choosing Mother
Twitter or
Mary.
Instagram?
Pick the very best one. I'll hop over. Let me hop over to. Actually, I like this person because they said hi, Cutie and Maya. So I like this one.
On Twitter?
I'm on Instagram still.
Okay.
They said, hi, Cutie Maya. My name is Nina.
Oh my God, you picked the longest one.
Okay.
Good luck.
I just finished living my first year of bitch roommate for 2 years. Wait. Oh, I'm dyslexic. I messed that up. Okay. My name is Nina, and I just finished living with my bitch of a roommate for 2 years. Let's call her Carly. I have known her since I was 15, and I decided to have the great idea to live with her my junior and senior year of college. The worst story I have from her is that I pity invited her to a Jonas Brothers concert. I'm too dyslexic to read, it turns out. I was pity invited to a Jonas Brothers concert by her because all of her friends dropped. I was like, why not? Free concert in my college town. It's important to note we live in a tiny apartment and she recently adopted this shelter dog that was way too big. Like, could not run across our apartment big. The dog is also heavily traumatized and abandoned and abused. Damn. Okay. But she got it from a shelter, so +2 points to her.
Yeah. Go, Carly.
The thing is, she refused to train the dog and it's scared of men. Okay. Maya is too. So
yeah, I feel like
she's
that's
not
fine.
well trained. So the same night of the Jonas Brothers concert, my boyfriend, now husband, walked through the front door of the apartment and this giant dog lunged at him and bit him so hard it left a scar. Okay, I'm still standing on base dog.
I mean, strange man walks into dog's apartment. What is the dog gonna be like? Oh, that's my roommate's boyfriend.
Yeah,
So
the
he's
dog doesn't
fine.
know. I don't
Unless he
hey,
does.
I'm on team
Anyway.
dog right now, Nina. My boyfriend is too sweet and told me not to worry about it because he didn't want to put a bite report in since he didn't want the dog to put down. Okay, based boyfriend. So my boyfriend is in the bathroom bleeding all over his bite. Ooh, and makes me go to the Jonas Brothers concert. And I'm like, no, we need to tell her to take you to the doctor. But again, him being too sweet is like, no, it's fine. Go to the concert. Have a great time. Okay. So we pregame. She doesn't know her dog drew blood and left a huge mark. Oh, I think you should have at least told him.
You should tell her. Yeah. Just be like, I'm not going to go to the hospital.
During this time, she's rushing for a sorority. It's not even a real one like Greek village life, but something small. Anyways, I was there at this apartment with these girls she wanted to join the sorority with. We drink, make our way to the concert where we drink some more. We got to talking, and the whole time she was shit talking my other roommate over how much she hated her. Hey, listen, hear me out. I love women. I love us. I think we're dope. We cannot be friends in groups of 3.
Triplets.
We cannot. We're not allowed. Girly Pop Nation, we are not allowed.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Because what happens, 2 people pair off, they leave this bitch out, and then these 2 people pair off, they leave that bitch out, and then these 2 people, and they're always talking shit on each other, because let's be honest, we love talking shit.
Yeah.
3 is not, it doesn't work with us. It just doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, it usually ends poorly.
We know there's some only audio listeners. No video listeners. Only audio listeners right now are like, oh crap, I have a group of 3 friends. Well, you got to dump one. Or make a new friend.
Say goodbye. Pick one. You already know which one it is because you've been talking shit about her for the past 3 days.
Every group of 3 get together in the comments and make a trade. One can become a group of 4. The other one can be a group of 2.
Yeah, that'll work. That's good.
That'll work. Okay. So you're talking shit about your roommate, even though they almost spent every day together. And she got upset at me when I was quiet. She asked about my life, prying for more information. And I was like, my boyfriend, now my husband, we're planning to get married after college. That clearly made her super upset since her relationship with her boyfriend is not the best. She was always crying over him and complaining about how he doesn't know her. Oh.
Not good.
You know what's funny is I remember I was dating the one time in my life when I wanted to get married. I was dating this boy. And we're at this 4th of July party, and this other girl's there with her boyfriend, and they've been together for like 4 years. Yeah, because they like started dating in high school. I was like, how does that work? But yeah, they started dating in high school, and we're like talking, and she's like, who's your new boyfriend? I'm like, I love him. We're gonna get married. And she got so mad because her and her boyfriend had been together for like 4 years, and him and I at the time had only been together for like a year. And I'm over here like, we're gonna get married. And she was like, he's gonna propose to you. You've only been together for a year. And I'm like, yeah, because he loves me. News alert, he didn't, and we actually broke up because
no.
So, but I was like,
it's okay.
It was crazy. She got mad.
I've never had anybody get mad over something like that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
or not like explicitly or like outwardly anyway.
That's not good. Anyway,
if you're getting mad when someone's telling you they're gonna get married, you should probably look inward.
If you're getting mad at anybody else's good news, you should look inward.
True. Good advice. Is this saying, this says, well, she's pissed concert is over. Is this saying, well, she's pissed that it's over? Or is this person British? and is she drunk?
I just skipped that line because it moved on to we're last in the nosebleeds in a big stadium. Okay. So they're in the last seats in the nosebleeds in a big stadium. I navigate us down to the base floor. She's walking really fast and there's a million people. I fall in front of a cop because my shoe hit a rock I didn't see. Carly yelled at me for being too drunk. In reality, I was just trying to follow her since she has to meet up with some of the sorority people. I was upset and called my boyfriend to pick me up. She snatched my phone from my hand and said, Nina's fine, don't pick her up, and stole my phone. Called her own boyfriend to pick us up and finally gave me my phone back. I didn't want to cause a bigger argument, so I stayed silent until we got home to our apartment. She was pissed I messed up her chance to meet with her sorority. She still made it out. And she pulled my boyfriend to the side after we got home to tell him, Nina has a serious drinking problem. We need to hold an intervention.
Oh my God, embarrassing for her.
That is so okay.
That's sad.
Nina, I'm back on your side. But I'm still on the dog side the most. I think it's base you bit your boyfriend.
That's kind of how I feel. My dog has bit people before. Like when I got that male roommate, like he bit him, but like, of course he bit him. This random man just walked into our house. How is he supposed to know? Like, oh, he just lives here now, so he's fine.
Swift has never
think
bit
that's
anyone,
valid.
but Durs does, and I think that's valid. Like here I am back at home. Yes, I admit to drinking that night, but I was not blacked out. But the audacity of the whole situation, because we're from the same hometown, we have mutual friends. She started spreading rumors I was trying to kill her dog. I don't know how that popped up. Because we never told her that the dog bit my boyfriend. So I'm here minding my own business, and my other roommate had to ask me, why are you trying to kill Carly's dog? Like I'm not. We never filed a bite report, and she's spreading rumors. Genuinely crazy. The only part, one of the never-ending crazy saga of living with her for 2 years, because I reached out to a previous roommate of her that lived together and told her we need to make a support group as a joke. And there was already 3 other girls in a group chat. That's so funny. Dang. But it says my husband still has really bad dreams about getting bit and anxiety around dogs. Oh,
That's kind of sad.
that's kind of sad.
So yay, no more roommate. I like the way that this started. Now it makes sense. My name is Nina. I just finished living with my bitch roommate of 2 years.
My bitch roommate. Yeah, that was drama.
Yeah.
Well, how was the Joe Bros concert? You didn't tell us.
Oh my God, true. I feel like that would be a fun one.
What?
I would like to go to a Jonas Brothers concert.
I had a different idea. I got excited because I was like, we should do an episode where we ask people if they've hooked up with like a celebrity.
And oh, that is a good idea.
Coming
Proof.
soon. Producer, write it down.
Show proof.
Yeah, because like everybody, one of my favorite trends was when people were posting their like concert outfits when they were like in 7th grade. Like me, like I went to a Good Charlotte concert when I was in like 6th or 5th grade, I think, and I like wore my best outfit because I was just sure that Joel Madden was gonna fall in love with me. He didn't,
Yeah.
but like you just have this idea of like someone picking you out from the crowd.
That is funny. That is like a universal experience for girls. Is like, I don't know, where does that come from? Movies? I can't think of a movie scene like that.
No, maybe Lizzie McGuire movie.
Interesting.
A little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. We lived in an age of like Princess Diaries and like stuff like that where you just get like picked and now you're special.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all girls have had that. I've definitely had that experience. I don't know if I've had that experience at a concert though. But like every time you have that at airports?
No.
I think that's a thing for girls too. Is like you think you're like sitting in an airport and then you're like, I'm gonna find the love of my life in this airport. They're gonna like walk by me and airport crushes. You have an airport crush. They have an airport crush. I wumbo.
Well, I don't go to airports, and when I do, I'm highly drugged. So maybe that's why.
Right.
But I do it in the grocery store yesterday. So yesterday, I'm trying to leave the house more. This sounds like such a weird challenge, but it is. So instead of ordering, usually I order my groceries for like the whole week and whatever. But no, now I'm leaving because I need to go out and stuff because I think I'm inside too much. But so I went to the grocery store yesterday and I was like wearing a dress and I was like, someone's going to bump into me and they're going to fall in love. I'm going to have to tell them I have a boyfriend. It's going to be so inconvenient.
It is a thing that happens. It's a girl thing. Maybe it's a boy thing. I've never asked.
But there's definitely people that have slept with their celebrity crushes because I used to listen to radio shows in the morning and the radio shows would have the craziest topics. They'd be like, tell us a time where you blackmailed someone. And there's always some bitch from Canada calling in and she's like, listen up.
Are those like real people? Radio shows are so messy. Like it seems like they have to be fake.
I called into one time and I lied.
Why?
I made up a story. I don't know. I felt like it.
That's so funny.
I just thought it'd be funny.
That is funny. That's crazy. Maybe people are doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you're hearing. I was scrolling through these and the first sentence of this one, also from Instagram, is I had a roommate who had a demon following him. Ghost story, spooky story. Okay. I had a roommate who had a demon following him. He had a witch doctor. What is that?
It's just like someone that can come and like.
Is it it's a witch that is a doctor?
Yeah, that like.
Let me see.
What does it say exactly?
What is a witch doctor? A witch doctor is a traditional healer, especially one who claims to guard against or cure afflictions thought to be caused by spirit possession or witchcraft.
What's the witch doctor song?
Oh, it's not a witch. It's not witchcraft. It's someone who protects against witchcraft. I don't know. Witch doctor song.
You know the witch doctor song? The witch doctor. Da, 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 da.
No.
Oh no. I think Alvin and the Chipmunks sing it.
I love them.
Da, 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 ba, da, da.
Okay, he had a witch doctor who gave both of us, because we shared a room, special herbs and instructions for us to do every night to help him stay safe from it. Stuff such as covering all reflective surfaces in our room before bed in hopes of closing any potential portals.
Mm-hmm.
Cutie,
I've heard that.
What would you say if you had a roommate like this and they said they had a demon following them and they have a witch doctor, and the witch doctor is going to give you instructions for how to keep the demon away from you?
I would say bet. I'd be like, oh my God, I don't want him here. I would. I'd be so afraid. I'd be like, spooky.
You would stay living there?
Oh, no. But, you know, sometimes it's not very easy to break your lease.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know what I would do, but I don't think I would be very accepting of the legitimacy, unfortunately.
That's fair.
Okay, well, here. I am not judgmental when it comes to this sort of thing and found our cultural differences and beliefs fascinating, so doing these sort of before-bed rituals didn't bother me at all, though I can't say I fully believed in it. I sure as hell respected it. All right, I'm an asshole, but
You'd be like,
good
no.
for you. Good for you. Then I had sleep paralysis of the demon. Fitting the very distinct, tall, slim male he described to me many times before. Even then, I didn't think too much of it, but I was still spooked enough to turn our light on and wake him up and tell him, "What do you mean you didn't think much of it?"
No, bitch.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what?
That's crazy. When I turned the lights on, his bed was empty.
What?
And I searched the house for him, confused on where he randomly went after we went to sleep. Mind you, it's 3 a.m. I call him and he picks up automatically. He said he knew it was coming for him and that he had to leave the house. But he left you there? Worried about his safety, he went to the nearest emergency room and waited the night out. He left you there? Isn't that kind of... Or did he think he was bringing it with him? That seems messed up to me. He should have given you a heads up. Alright, then they said, this changed my spirituality massively. I sat up the rest of the night with all the lights on. By the way, I'm a biologist and love your work.
How dare
Thanks.
you? I need more. What? Did he die? Is he still alive? Did he get a cure? Did you ever see it again? Did he move out? Are you married now?
That is that's a crazy story.
That's scary. I don't like it.
I've never had sleep paralysis.
You know what's funny is my cousin, when we were on the farm, my cousin was talking to me about how he was like, yeah, I think my mom's house, because his parents got divorced. He's like, I think my mom's house was haunted because me and my brother kept having the same sleep paralysis demon show up. And then he's like, as soon as I moved out, I haven't seen it.
I hate that.
Yeah, me too. I've had sleep paralysis. It's the worst.
Never had it.
Ugh, it's the worst. Yeah.
Don't like. Do you want to do one more?
No, I want to head to the Patreon episode.
All right, we're going to go to the Patreon. We're going to look at more of these. There's so many good ones. I'm ready to rumble. And Cutie's going to tell a super secret story about her experience living with the Yard Boys.
The Yard Boys.
She's going to absolutely bury them.
I'm going to bury them.
It's going to be so embarrassing.
No, I love them very much, but...
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subbing. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. And go check out the Patreon if you haven't already.
See you there.
Goodbye.
Bye. It was Slime's turn to do the dishes. And he doesn't do the dishes.
Womp womp.
And he's going to get to it later, apparently, but I didn't know that. And so I just start doing the dishes, like whatever.
Oh, God.
So then Ludwig comes downstairs And he's like, he sees me doing the dishes. He's like, what the heck? Like, why are you doing the dishes? And so then Ludwig gets in like a fight with Slime where he is so mad. He's so mad at Slime. They are yelling. They are both so mad at each other.